Your coworker just pulled up in a brand new BMW. Last week they posted from the Maldives. Their apartment looks like it came straight out of a design magazine. They are wearing a Rolex and carrying a designer bag. And you are looking at your own life thinking you are falling behind. You make roughly the same salary, maybe even more. So how are they affording all of this when you can barely save $500 a month? Here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. They are not affording it. They are performing it. And the performance is bankrupting them. I'm Max, and welcome to Monkey Money, where we talk serious money with zero monkey business. What you are about to see is the exact playbook that fake rich people use to look wealthy while drowning in debt. Let me show you how someone making $75,000 a year manages to look like they are making $300,000. It is not magic. It is financial self-destruction disguised as success. The first move in the fake wealth playbook is what I call entry-level luxury. This is buying the absolute cheapest item from an expensive brand just to flash the logo. A $400 Gucci belt, a $600 Louis Vuitton keychain, the base model Mercedes C-Class. These purchases serve one purpose. They are props in a performance. The person buying them is not trying to own quality items. They are trying to signal wealth they do not have. Here is what makes this so insidious. Entry-level luxury purchases are specifically designed by brands to capture aspiring consumers. The companies know exactly what they are doing. They are selling you the logo, not the craftsmanship. That $400 Gucci belt costs maybe $40 to manufacture. You are paying $360 for the privilege of advertising for Gucci. You are literally paying them to turn yourself into a walking billboard. But it works because most people cannot tell the difference between someone who bought the cheapest item at Gucci and someone who spent $4,000 there. The logo looks the same. The perception is the same. And perception is all that matters in the fake wealth game. The second play is leveraging buy now, pay later services and credit cards to the absolute limit. This is how someone making $6,000 a month manages to spend $8,000. They are not affording their lifestyle. They are financing it at 24% interest. Klarna, Affirm, Afterpay. These services have made it easier than ever to live beyond your means. You want a $2,000 vacation, but only have $500? No problem. Split it into 4 payments. The fact that you will be paying for this vacation for the next 6 months while planning the next one somehow does not register. Credit cards are the engine powering the entire fake wealth machine. The average fake rich person has $30,000 to $50,000 in credit card debt spread across multiple cards. They are making minimum payments, doing balance transfers, constantly juggling which card to use based on which one is not maxed out yet. Here is the psychology that makes this work. They are not thinking about total debt. They are thinking about whether they can afford the monthly payment. Can I afford $300 a month for this car? Sure. The fact that it is a 7-year loan at 8% interest on a depreciating asset somehow does not enter the calculation. This is how you end up with someone driving a $60,000 car while living in a $1,200 apartment with 3 roommates. The math does not work, but the image does. And the image is what they are optimizing for. If you made it this far, smash that like and subscribe button because it genuinely helps us keep making content like this. Now back to the playbook. The third move is what I call strategic posting. Every luxury experience, every expensive purchase, every status symbol gets documented and shared. But here is what you are not seeing: the full context. That post from the Maldives, they went for 3 days, put the entire trip on credit cards, and stayed in the cheapest overwater bungalow available. But the post makes it look like a 2-week luxury vacation. That picture with the champagne and the sunset, that is one moment. They do not show you the stress of checking the bank account after dinner. Social media has created a performative wealth culture where the appearance of success is more valuable than actual success. You get more social capital from posting about a luxury purchase than from quietly investing that same money. The dopamine hit from likes and comments feels better than the boring reality of watching an investment account slowly grow. And here is the really twisted part. This performance creates its own momentum. Once you have established yourself as someone who lives this lifestyle, you cannot stop. You cannot suddenly start posting about staying home and cooking dinner. That would shatter the illusion you have spent years building. It is like being a monkey who reached into a jar to grab a banana and now cannot pull his hand out because he refuses to let go. The performance has trapped you just as completely as the jar traps the monkey. And letting go means admitting the whole thing was fake. The fourth strategy is leasing everything. Cars, furniture, even clothing now. Nothing is actually owned. Everything is rented with monthly payments. This creates the appearance of wealth without any of the actual asset accumulation. Leasing a luxury car is the ultimate fake wealth move. You are paying $800 a month to drive a car you will never own. After 3 years, you return it and have nothing to show for the $28,800 you spent, except Instagram photos and the brief satisfaction of having people see you in a nice car. Compare that to someone who bought a reliable used car for $15,000 cash. After 3 years, they still have a car worth maybe $10,000. They are ahead by $23,800. Plus, they paid no interest, but they do not look as impressive in the parking lot. The fake wealthy person optimizes for perception. The actually wealthy person optimizes for net worth. These are fundamentally incompatible strategies, and you cannot pursue both simultaneously. Here is the mathematical reality that destroys the fake wealthy. They are confusing revenue with profit. They make $75,000 a year and think that makes them wealthy. But after taxes, debt payments, and lifestyle costs, their actual net worth is often negative. You can make $200,000 a year and be broke if you are spending $220,000. Meanwhile, someone making $60,000 and living on $45,000 is building real wealth. The income number is irrelevant. The only number that matters is the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Let me show you the actual math. Take someone earning $75,000 a year, and after taxes they are taking home about $55,000. That's roughly $4,583 a month. Now let us watch it disappear. Rent in a trendy neighborhood, $2,200. Car payment on the entry-level luxury car, $650. Car insurance, because luxury cars cost more to insure, $250. Student loan payments, $400. Credit card minimum payments on the $35,000 accumulated, $875. That is $4,375, and we have not touched food, gas, utilities, phone, or the streaming services used to decompress from the financial stress. $208 left for everything else. So what happens? More goes on the credit cards. Buy now, pay later covers the vacation. The bonus will cover it eventually. That is always the plan. This is what I call the leaky bathtub problem. The water coming in might be significant, but it does not matter if the drain is wide open. You can earn more money and it will just leak out faster because lifestyle inflation will consume every additional dollar. Here's what the actually wealthy do that looks completely different. They drive unremarkable cars. They live in homes well within their means. They do not talk about money, and they do not post their purchases. They are optimizing for an entirely different game. The truly wealthy understand that real wealth is invisible. It is not the car you drive or the watch you wear. It is the balance sheet nobody sees, the investment accounts compounding quietly, the paid-off mortgage, the ability to lose your job and not panic because you have 2 years of expenses saved. Someone who is actually wealthy does not need to prove it to anyone. They have the security of knowing they could walk away tomorrow if they wanted to. Meanwhile, the fake wealthy person would be in crisis if they missed a single paycheck. There is a cultural shift happening right now in 2026 that is making this even more visible. There is growing resentment toward performative luxury. People are tired of watching influencers flaunt wealth while secretly leveraged to the eyeballs. The rise of quiet luxury is a direct reaction against logo-driven, in-your-face consumption. The new status symbol is not having expensive things. It is having time, freedom, and options. It is being able to say no to work you do not want to do. It is not needing to perform for anyone. The truly wealthy in 2026 look boring, and they are perfectly fine with that. But here is the trap that keeps people stuck in the fake wealth cycle. Once you start, it is incredibly hard to stop. Your entire social circle is built around the performance. Your self-worth has become tied to the image, and admitting it is all fake means admitting you have wasted years and tens of thousands of dollars on an illusion. So people double down. They get a raise, and instead of finally getting ahead, they upgrade the car, move to a more expensive apartment, start shopping at more expensive stores. The gap between income and spending stays the same or gets worse. They are on a treadmill that is always accelerating. Let me tell you what actually breaks this cycle. It is not making more money. More money just means a more expensive performance. What breaks it is changing what you are optimizing for. Stop optimizing for perception. Start optimizing for net worth. This means making choices that will make you look average in the short term, but actually wealthy in the long term. Driving a paid-off Honda instead of leasing a BMW. Living in a modest apartment and investing the difference. Skipping the luxury vacation and maxing out the retirement account instead. These choices feel like sacrifices when everyone around you is performing wealth, but they are actually the choices that lead to real financial freedom. You are trading the dopamine hit of external validation for the deep security of actual wealth. Here's what nobody tells you about building real wealth. It is boring. It is invisible. Nobody celebrates you for maxing out your Roth IRA. Nobody gives you likes for having 6 months of expenses in your emergency fund. Nobody thinks you are impressive for driving a 10-year-old car that is completely paid off. But this is exactly the point. The monkey who quietly builds the biggest stash while everyone else is out showing off their single banana is the one who actually eats well when the season changes. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when your fake wealthy friends are still stressed about money and still one emergency away from financial disaster, you will have options they do not. You will have freedom they genuinely cannot buy. You will have actual wealth instead of the performance of wealth. The fake wealth playbook is seductive because it offers instant gratification. You get to look successful today. You get the validation, the admiration, the status, but you are selling your future for a performance in the present. The real wealth playbook is the opposite. You look average or even below average today, but you are building something real that compounds over time. Something that cannot be repossessed, something that gives you actual freedom. Here's the question you need to answer honestly. Do you want to look rich or do you want to be rich? Because you have to choose. The strategies are mutually exclusive. You cannot afford the fake wealthy lifestyle and build actual wealth at the same time. The math simply does not work. Real wealth gives you something fake wealth never can. Peace. You are not stressed about money. You're not juggling credit cards. You sleep well because you know you are okay no matter what happens. The fake wealthy person looks successful and feels terrified. The actually wealthy person looks average and feels completely secure. So the next time you see someone with all the status symbols, posting from exotic locations, living the luxury lifestyle, ask yourself this: are they affording it or performing it? And more importantly, which game do you actually want to play? If this video changed how you think about wealth and status, subscribe to Monkey Money for more content that shows you what actually works instead of what just looks good. Drop a comment and tell me, have you ever caught yourself playing the performance game? I read every single one. See you in the next video.